Okay, looks like visuals are good and audio is good. I'm going to assume everyone can hear me unless otherwise noted in the chat. Um, Hello, how's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Just sorry I had to miss last week. Just been going through a few things and needed some time to rest and recover. Nothing serious, just some minor illnesses and stuff. Um, but yeah, I'm alive, so hello. But yeah, I did promise I'd do a stream at least every other week. So I am holding that end of the bargain. Um, let's see. Yeah, for those of you watching on YouTube, you may notice that my the latest content I dished out has not gotten over there yet. I am trying to work up the courage and effort to learn video editing so that I can get the Final Fantasy content out there. I just been like it's been rather tough because like I've never well it I'll say this, it's been a long time since I did video editing, and when I did it, we never had to do any of the transitions or effects that these regular content creators on YouTube have done. Um, so I'm trying to trying to learn the ropes as I go. You know. Hey, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Hello, Emily Roland. Hey, welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah. It's gonna be a while before I get my Final Fantasy content out on YouTube. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. Yeah. Just just hanging in there, you know, like we always do. Um, but yeah. In case just it the in case the title of this stream didn't give it away, saying there, yeah. Way Slay the Princess. I was just getting to that. You'll notice by the title and the topic of this stream that this is not Final Fantasy. I'm sort of taking a diversion from that while I work on this whole editing thing. Basically, we are going to be playing a game called Slay the Princess. It is an indie game where you've got a narrator who's giving you a goal, and the goal he's giving you is to slay the princess, who is locked away in this cabin in the woods for some reason. And pleasure to meet you here. Oh, pleasure to meet you too. Yeah, but yeah. Uh, I decided to just try this out because I've seen a couple of people play this, and I was kind of curious about it, you know. So I wanted to see firsthand what it was like. I've only gotten glimpses of a few endings. I don't know all of them, so we're probably gonna divert from what other content creators have done. Markiplier. Anyway, see what. Hello, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys here. Yeah. Give me a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get started on this. Okay. Let's see. Let me know if let me know if anything's too quiet or too loud. I've been sort of experimenting with audio here and there. And yeah. Okay, there we go. I've had to sort of turn down the music here to avoid getting copyright struck cuz you know, I want to be on Twitch's good side and YouTube. So, yeah. There's that. But yeah, here this is the intro screen. This is Slay the Princess, and probably not gonna start off doing that. We'll see where it goes. Anyways, just gonna make sure everything's the way I want it. Yep, music's down, sound and voice is good. Let us begin. Chapter 1: Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yes, but why? Well, there's so many options. Just saying this one. Um, uh, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's like, oh, legit thought that voice was Ewan McGregor for a second. Um, I kind of forgot what he sounds like, so I don't know if there's a resemblance there. Um, yeah, maybe she's locked up because she. Oh, maybe she's going to end the world because she's locked up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
How about we don't?
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Oh, that seems kind of defeatist. Okay. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
So I'm picking up on some very heavy Stanley Parable. Yeah, it's definitely giving off all that. Yep. Good grief, that's harsh. Yeah, well, that's the name of the game. We just gotta see where it goes from here.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Yeah.
You'll find the princess within.
He does give off a snobby Brit sort of vibe.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We've got voices in our heads. Not like we didn't already, but the only option was to proceed to the cabin. Alright.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
See, yeah, how about we just don't?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Yes. Hello.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
See, are you sure about that? Are you absolutely certain? Like, yeah. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
Alrighty. The algorithm mapping needed me.
You walk
says
down the
slay
stairs
first, then
and lock
restart.
eyes with the princess.
Yeah, that's
There's a heavy chain around
that tends
her
to be
wrist,
the default
binding her to the
with
far
this
wall
being the name of the
basement.
game. But yeah, I like to divert a little bit from the default path. Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. Okay, yeah.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Mm, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
I mean, unless you got something to hide. What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
I mean, I don't know how far in the social rank we are to refer to a princess by name, so I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, what have you been have you been eating or drinking well while down here?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
I mean, general concern for health and well-being is all
Okay,
that's
but actually, what has she been eating?
exactly.
She has to eat, right?
Let's see. All right, let's get you out of here.
You're only making this more difficult.
Oh, I know. I know you hate it so much.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake.
And I'm enjoying every second of it.
No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
It's entirely irrelevant. What if she's eating the people who are sent to... Well, okay. That's a thought. Yeah, oh, well, that does change things, and I don't think the narrator would give us any indication of whether there was anyone before us, but, I mean, food for thought, yeah.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Yeah, maybe the key's upstairs somewhere.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
Thank you.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Oh boy. It's basic SCP logic. How weird and possibly awful can things get? Yeah. Yeah. I'm guessing they thought of that when they made this game. Try the
You try
door.
the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Figures. Alright. Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Have you considered that I like doing things the hard way?
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep. It's just us.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh,
hesitates before
okay.
raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Somehow I'd forgotten that would happen. Yeah, I've forgotten all about that, honestly.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Yep. Yeah, weird and absolutely terrible. But, yeah, I reckon it can only get worse from here. Let's save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
The wonders of medical amputation.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
Great.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Wait, you have claws? Oh, yeah. Well, that tidbit will come up in the future.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
I mean, she's free, so it's gotta be something to be happy about there.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yes, let's go.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
You just have to have your way, don't you? That is either a really powerful... Yeah, I'm curious to know what it's made of. Something tells me you shouldn't have done that. Well, we'll find out right now.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh boy.
What are you doing?
Oh boy. Resist.
Stop that.
No.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges
Whoa.
forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Good.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Are you really, though? There we go.
The blade. Move the blade.
How about no?
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Alright, lay it on me. Go ahead.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
No, you just gotta aim a little higher. It's fine.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. for her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. Though it
Oh.
doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Now this sounds familiar.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu here.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Just runs it back. Yeah. If your character fails, it just moves on to the next chapter, and you have to start fresh. Although there is a bit of a twist once you get to the cabin, and we'll get to that.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. Gaslighting narrator. That's the way to go.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Oh, and we have a new voice, by the way. We now have the voice of the smitten in our heads. I guess we fell so madly in love that we acquired it.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Ugh, fine. But let's assume I'm telling the truth and if it really did happen. Why should I listen to you?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Four of us is subtle. Okay, yeah, I've lost count of how many characters that we've got right now.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations.
I mean, The smitten says the four of us will stop you, meaning you, the smitten, then the hero, and someone else. Wait, hold on. You, the smitten, the hero. That is interesting, isn't it? Who would be the... It's me, the hero, the smitten. Who would be a fourth? Huh. Fourth wall breakage, potentially? Her. Oh. Right. Yeah. The voice of the smitten. Yeah. Yeah, I think I know exactly who the fourth one is now, and we're gonna get to that.
Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Perhaps an alternate reality?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
See, I don't know if your premise has solid ground, though. Well, we've let this go on long enough. Let's go ahead and get to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Yeah.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Oh, yeah. Pay attention. He's doing research for his D&D character. Oh, yeah. Yep. Shoot she and she will do everything in her power to stop you. Okay.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, Smitten voice does... Oh, is he talking about Smitten or... Either way, Smitten and narrator are both narcissists, so...
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Very knightly? Yeah, this is like the stereotypical knight in fantasy tales.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Okay. Only one option.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Gotta go. See y'all later. Happy stream. Alright, see you later, man. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
You're full of lies. It's right there.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Well, if I have to... Let's see. It's not an explore option. Why would? Yeah, why would you?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Okay, dodging the question. Let's go up there.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Okay. Yeah, this cabin is a little different.
Very different. Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
That's because you weren't here last time, dummy.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope
See.
this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Let me, I want to move something around real quick. Just for good measure. Up there we go. That way you can see the full text.
So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Okay. No. I still don't think I need it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yeah.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Now that I don't know about, but whatever.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yeah, so what we were saying wasn't a load of bullcrap, was it?
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Why are there two chains but one is broken? I guess an attempt to maintain consistency from the last time while also adding somewhat of a spin to a cabin. I don't know. It could be just flavor adage.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Or is it plot point? It probably wouldn't surprise me if it was. I'm not sure how it would tie into all this, but I don't know.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Um. Yeah, what happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Well, fair enough. Uh. Before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Not really.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
How? No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
I love it.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
It's fine. It's totally fine. Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to take you down took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
It's a confession because she is willing to do or tell you whatever you want to hear. Okay. I suppose that's fair. Yeah. I kind of got that vibe from, like, when she made the reply. I wasn't 100% confident in my gut.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. And almost that's because she's perfect.
Actually, I kind of like that, how that interruption was. Let's keep it that way.
She has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay, rescue.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
I don't know, can
If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already? Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow.
Are she and the narrator in cahoots? Well, no. See, I gained a little bit of insight from watching another YouTuber play this, and there's a bit of a bigger force at work than just me, the princess, and the narrator.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
I don't believe I ever learned that word. I'd have to look that up later.
One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
Okay, great.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll do what?
Take over our body and force us to try and
I
kill
didn't press
her?
anything.
I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Yeah. Think on that, narrator.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
Empiricist means you only want to form an opinion based on things you see and experience for yourself. So, an opinion with no research to back you up. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Alright.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
Well, hold on, let her speak.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Is this gonna be a back and forth? Hold on. No, we're not doing a back and forth. No. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later.
That sounds perfect.
Great.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Well, you sit in the corner and mope then. We'll have a good time here.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
This again.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Let's see. Yeah, I've got this.
Okay. Yeah, you've got this.
Yep.
You place your hand on the door, and
Yes.
the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
You're reading from a script you don't like, huh?
Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Yeah, this is kind of getting corny. Let's do it.
You take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you.
Wait. No. You barbarian, what are you doing?
Changing the script a bit.
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
Sorry, had to be done.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Yeah, that's totally it.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult. I feel sick.
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
Get over yourself.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
Get over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that.
I didn't even get a prompt or anything for this.
Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and...
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that.
You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Have it you! Have it you all!
Always get a snack, a drink, and a nap before making any permanent decisions. Yeah, probably should have saved, honestly, but I think we're doing well so far.
I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just kind of happened, honestly. I got no prompt or
That's
anything.
right. You're all sorry.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Grey.
You're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
I'm going to save this before I forget.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
We have the voice of the cold now.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
Here's the thing, though. What's her condition at the moment?
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2? It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions.
I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further. though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
I'm just enjoying the banter between the voices in my head right now.
Can I?
Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
Really wish City on a Hill Gaming had heard that. Yeah, well, everyone's got a life to live, so it's fine if he's got something else going on. This stream will always be available if he wants to go back and look at it later. We haven't talked enough about how different this place is.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends.
Again, in what condition?
Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
Influence doesn't require life. But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed.
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
Alright, might as well go to the cabin.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
Okay.
Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it.
Okay.
I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Okay, let's go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless.
Yeah, it's certainly different. Hey there, princess, how's it going?
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her?
Our beloved. So she does live.
Not really.
She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again. Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's no telling if the narrator's gonna keep up the facade of there being no mirror.
The mirror?
Yeah.
Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Yeah, funny that. Why isn't there one?
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Okay.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off. Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way.
Yeah.
It's time for all of you to see what we've become.
Except we
Reach
won't be
forward
able
and
to.
place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down.
Yeah. Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again. My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Sorry about last time. We good?
You receive no response.
Okay.
Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
We'll be fine.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
I don't think you realize what ghosts are capable of. Well, let's go.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. No! What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently. Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
Oh boy.
You turn to see the shade of the
Oh, hi.
princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
It all depends, really. Eastern ghost stories are absolutely terrifying and almost impossible to kill. Yeah. Yeah, ghosts can vary across different regions of the world. Some probably more lethal than others.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
Well, you still maintain that sweet voice, so that's kind of good.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved. You sure snapped back to your old self quick. Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
I don't know if I'd call this dazzling, but okay.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
How much oil is covering this place?
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
Right. It can also catch wood on fire. Yeah.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
Yeah. Rush to the door.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno.
Yep, I was way ahead of you there. I was planning to run from the start.
You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom. It's no use. You're stuck here. Your skin starts to bubble.
Well,
As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours.
oh,
You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins.
oh,
But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. But somehow, nothing is so much worse. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin. It's very romantic.
oh, wait a minute.
We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
Um, uh, hmm. Despite your best efforts, did we get a trophy? Yeah, we've gotten a few. Despite your best efforts, you do not die, and she is gone. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Um, Narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us.
A villain vanquished.
Think I'm supposed to look at the mirror?
There's something dreadful about it.
I don't think you should.
Why?
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
You should be the least worried about a mirror.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Okay.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. So, about that. We are basically the equivalent of a humanoid bird. Yeah. Those words literally came out of my mouth. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Received. You are at the cabin. Doesn't seem like much of a cabin, but I think I have an inkling as to who it might be. Approach.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Um. Um. Existential questions here. I'm, I'm a person.
A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Okay.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Um. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I mean, if it's not the world, then where exactly are we? Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is passion betrayed, but even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart.
Okay, well, I mean, there's that. But...
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Okay. Are you the princess?
She is part of me. and part of me is her.
But were you always a princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Uh, I guess it depends from what perspective you're looking. Um, do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Okay. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay. Probably as much of an answer as I'm gonna get from her. So, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. Um, how many more pieces do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Okay.
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
I think I recall the exact number of pieces we need to find, but we'll get to that point. Um, how much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay. Um, yeah, okay. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Oh, don't worry, I will, alright. that, that spectral visage was not really one to forget for a while.
You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Great. And back at it again. Um,
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab or R1 on your controller. Okay. So we're probably gonna go one more route and then we'll call it. I normally my streams aren't normally that long because I have work in the morning. So yeah. Um, what path do we want to do this time? Um, I don't even know if. Forget this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Oh wait, have we already seen this bit? Okay, never mind. Do I get some sort of reward?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Yeah, alright. Can someone else do this though?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
Alright. Can you tell me what my prize is?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Is that right? I don't believe you for a second. Fine, I'll go.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Great.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
The cake is a lie. Indeed, yeah. The cake is 100% a lie.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Ooh. A little more sinister this time.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you? Question mark.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Okay.
Great job. You gave away the element of
Now,
surprise.
see, hold on.
Good luck, hero.
I don't know how I'm gonna position my webcam to where you can see everything, but hold on. Maybe you don't need to see the whole thing. Right about there, maybe. It'll have to do.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten the grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Yeah, let's do it.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I think she's making it up.
But is it over? Really over?
That was too easy.
Over? Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Remove the blade.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side.
Oh. Check the pulse of the girl who bear. Yeah, that's not really sound logic, but that's something you can do. Also, what just happened?
What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh. So no matter whether you check the pulse or grab the blade, you're toast.
Quick, let's get out of here.
Oh.
Too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Where'd you get the blade?
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Great.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh boy, the razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Lies. Lies.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Okay, well, we've already done this sequence, so let's go.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
I'm a little nervous.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see.
Yeah, that again.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Yeah, I kind of hate it too, honestly. This is not giving good vibes. We're gonna need this.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
Go, go, go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Probably. In this case, yeah, it would.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
Oh, I didn't even notice scraping. Oh, Lord.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Oh, oh, oh.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
See, here's the thing. It's one thing to watch this happen, and another thing to experience it for yourself. If you're experiencing this firsthand, it's a whole nother level of creepy.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
I don't like this.
I wonder if she remembers us.
She does.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
No. I don't know how many explores we get before she decides to drop the act. If I come close to you, you're just gonna stab me, aren't you?
What? No, I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason.
I don't believe that for a blatant second.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
Oh, she does,
You know
trust
who
me.
is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
I don't know if I want to go any further on these explores, honestly. Have you noticed? Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, that's why I'm nervous about this. Okay, look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both just need to let bygones be bygones.
But I'm not mad at you, so please stop standing so far out of reach.
I'm perfectly fine here, thank you.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her? We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk.
They're just going to mess with you on a mental level. Well,
Maybe
okay.
you behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way.
That doesn't make me any less nervous.
No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
Um. Mm. Nope. Bye.
It's boring if you leave.
Yes, and
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a way that matters. She's a prisoner. She's... Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
go play Eternal Darkness of Metal Gear Solid 2. Is that on Steam or another platform? I could probably get it on PlayStation or something. I may consider it. To be honest, I've never played any of the Metal Gear games. Never didn't really grow up on that franchise, but I may consider it in the future.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion.
I know exactly what she's going to do.
And then she slices through
Yeah.
her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
Run!
She doesn't
Run!
even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace.
What do you mean?
Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it.
Okay, great.
But unfortunately for you, and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
Well, I was just hoping to outlast her for a little bit, but the OG games that mess with you on meta level. Okay, cool. I might enjoy that. People actually broke their own TVs when playing Eternal Darkness. Ooh, that bad or that challenging? That's interesting. May consider giving that a go.
You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense.
Oh. Okay.
She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that.
I'm sorry. That was just funny. Oh my god. I'm gonna stab you now.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was just too funny. The arms race. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
One second. I could just gotta update something. There we go.
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
It's not about it being hard, it's about how it messes with you, and I can't say anything else or I will spoil it. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, the interior... Sorry, it just kind of jumped and I lost track of what happened. I think we just shifted into a cabin. Interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you to... Okay.
I feel dizzy. Ho 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 ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
So, we have the voice of the cheated and the voice of the hunted now. Okay. Wonder if we'll get. Wonder how many voices we'll get in this run through. Narrator became bored and skipped you ahead. No, I think we just took control of the reins from the narrator for a moment.
Yeah, but for whom? Someone or something is out there pulling the strings, and we're all just puppets until we can figure out how to see them.
Well, I certainly wasn't hoping for him to show up this early. We got two new voices at the same time.
But what if that someone is us, eh? Eh? Wouldn't that be neat? If we were the ones pulling the strings, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have died twice already. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Just gotta check something. Yeah.
It's only too much responsibility if these worlds are real. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it.
Oh, yeah. No prompt or anything. We just grab it. Also, I'm noticing the interior of this cabin here. It's is that glass or steel? I think it's oversized blades that make up this whole cabin.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
This feels like a training module for your D&D character. Yeah, with a lot of multi-classing apparently.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. What if winning is the wrong move? It isn't. I don't care whether you trust me or not, but at least trust that defeating the person who has apparently killed you twice already is a good idea. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. We can see our reality just fine. Why should we trust his?
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Approach it.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there.
It feels like it's
Whoops.
hiding something from us.
Okay.
It's part of the big picture. I just know it.
Just an illusion.
That's why it's being kept from us. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi. I don't like that look you're giving me.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Oh, joy.
She's toying with us. She's acting like she already knows she's won. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose,
and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Well, we were outmatched last time. I don't know how good of a chance we have now. Well, we don't really have time to think another one. Oof. I don't know. This option. So, yeah, let's flirt.
Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
How do you know it's not gonna work if we don't try? We're out of other ideas.
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
Yes, let me have my moment.
I'd rather not.
Yes.
Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll throw her off. I know I'd be thrown off if she started flirting with us.
Exactly. You never know.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
Exactly. Let's raise her up a bit. Give her the look. Listen, I know you want to kill me, but has anyone ever told you how gorgeous you are?
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
Okay, so far so good.
You're the only person I know, so that's a first. You're sweet. I like you. You're also gorgeous.
Great. Okay. So it's looking good so far.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Well, hold on. When the voice says that, I have doubts.
Still gonna kill you, though.
Well, darn.
Or not. Is anything going to work with her? She's so single-minded. It's like whatever we do, it's always going to end exactly the same. Blush still glowing in her cheeks, the princess closes the distance between you, blades flashing.
I should have given her the look. I should have saved before then. Take it.
She skewers you.
Great.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as much.
Great. He's back.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
Did we? Wait a minute.
You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Yeah, what's going on here?
We're dead, aren't we? We're dead. How long have we been dead? Have we been dead the whole time? Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
Did I just unlock a completely undiscovered route?
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
Definitely a training module for your character. Yep. This is going well.
This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
I'm telling City on Hill Gaming to watch this. Yeah, you're gonna have to convince him to go back and watch this whole thing. This has gotten so off the rails and so interesting.
As long as we keep moving, we'll win her heart eventually. It's going to get so loud in here. How are we going to keep it all straight?
Come on, show me something new.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, what's going on? Well, yeah, this is new. Oh. It doesn't work and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires. Okay. So it didn't really matter what we picked.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
I've never seen this route at all in all the gameplay videos I've seen.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
What in the world?
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. What's the point? It's all the same. She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah, that was a good one. None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time.
Is she not gonna get tired of this?
You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh. This is new.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
That's an idea.
Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Have we pretty much unlocked all the voices at this point?
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only
It's more of a slide.
we know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
I mean, after so many times doing this, we kind of get the gist.
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Right.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
No.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Oh boy.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Yes.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Question. How exactly do we defeat this thing?
Are you ready for what comes next?
No, please don't. But I think you're gonna give it to me anyway.
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
Quiet, you.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
How?
That looked painful.
How is she still alive?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
Keep telling yourself that and just calm yourself down while we figure this out.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Well, I would say go for the heart, but that's gonna be rather difficult.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Empty
What
it.
just happened?
Whoa.
It's so quiet.
Oh, yeah. Him too? Oh.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Did my character just take full control? You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. Princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Oh my! Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Okay, so that's how you do it. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed. You're at the cabin. I think we might have gotten the worst possible combo, honestly. Let's see what she has to say.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Okay. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Um, when this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Okay. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can't I not do the same things that I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay. Um, you have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart.
Okay, well that's doable.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
I wasn't planning on mourning her. She can stay right where she is. Um, what do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The
Okay.
wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Okay. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? Okay, yeah. How many more do I need to bring?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Okay. Um, I'm ready.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And I think that's where we're gonna close it. I'll just save it here. Yep. Um. So let's see. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it was that was a bit of a wild ride, but I'd say I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I'll be back on the Final Fantasy streams eventually. Like I said, I just gotta get this whole video editing thing figured out so I can send it all over to YouTube. This one, yeah, this one I'll send the raw footage over to YouTube. There's no need to edit anything. 10 out of 10 would do again. Oh yeah, this was pretty good for an indie game. I if if you guys enjoy this, I may end up doing a part two of this. We'll have to see how the reception is. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Like I've got work in the morning, so I gotta make sure I'm rested enough to perform to my utmost highest. Yeah, you can always catch me here on Twitch at noble_coder or on YouTube as Noble Coder, and I'll be providing you content at least every other week, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys on the next stream. See ya.